the new Modus Super Series champion.
Oh my word!
It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith!
It's match start.
5-star performer, and the bullseye is hit.
It's
Johnny Magny!
The game up for one apiece. Triple 18 leads Tops. Tops it is. Tops puts us on terms, and that's a third Tub Plus checkout. And he makes no mistake, that's the second time he's broken in 13 darts. Could be back-to-back Tub Plus averages if he can convert from this position. However, double 14 for the 1-2-1. 1-2-1 got.
Sagansky.
Trying to fill your boots, Hogan. And he does indeed.
In the 16s. Because four of them leaves double tops.
Game shot on the first
And that's all
leg.
104 points deposited in 3 darts. And Carl Wilson up and running. It's the final night for qualification through to the third finals night of Series 13. Group B culminates over the course of the next few hours here at the Modus Live Lounge in Portsmouth. You're very welcome to the action. You're joining us live here on Pluto TV. Very good evening, welcome along. It's a very tight-looking Group B as we head towards the final night's worth of action. It's Carl Wilson that leads the way. He picked up 6 points from a possible 8 on Thursday night. He knows a couple of victories is good enough to send him through, but there is only 4 points that is separating the top player from the bottom player in Group B. It is the former world champion Scott Mitchell. That's our company tonight here in the Pluto TV studio. Scott, great to see you once again. Carl Wilson at the top of the table, but nobody's out of it whatsoever.
No, and that's going to make for a really interesting evening. Could be a couple of cagey matches that they're going to have to grind the wins out because of the importance of getting through. But yeah, really looking forward to this one tonight.
Well, we had to get you away from the dinner table earlier on this evening, but it was the chef, Lewis Gurney, that was cooking up a storm as far as Group C was concerned. He won the group. He completed the card on Friday. He had to get off to a quick start. He did exactly that, and then he just raced away, didn't he?
Yeah, he really did. And, you know, maybe rode his luck a little bit at the start of it, but once he got that momentum up and started getting win after win, it looked like there was only going to be one winner of the group.
So Lewis Gurney, the winner. Archie Self, you saw there, who lost that last game to Lewis Gurney, came through in second position. Patrick Williams won Group A on Wednesday afternoon. We'll be seeing him tomorrow night. And in the middle of your picture there, Group B, which is what's coming to a close over the course of the next couple of hours. So this is how the table looks at the halfway point of Group B, and it is Carl Wilson who is top of the pile, having won 3 of his 4 matches last night. Sagansky, Paul Hogan and Steve Lennon are all on 4 points, whilst Johnny Haynes, the recent runner-up at the ADC Global Championship, picked up only 1 win from his 4 matches on Thursday. Carl Wilson at the top of the table, Scott. A player who over the course of the last 18 months we've seen improve monumentally from his debut effort won Group A, but he's not just doing it here, he's doing it in other arenas, particularly the ADC.
Yeah, 2025 was a bit of a breakthrough year for him, and he started really performing, and you kept seeing him and thinking, can he do it again, can he do it again? And he did, and he does, and he has again when he's turned up here. So he'll be looking for more of that again tonight, and if he does, he's going to be very difficult to catch.
He's a favourite, Carl Wilson, in terms of the betting, but when you have a look at the likes of Sagansky and Steve Lennon in particular in there, only a couple of points off Carl at the top of the table. We know their pedigree, and they're all chasing for those 2 spots, or those 2 other spots we perceive through to tomorrow night's finale.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even Paul Hogan with me England hat on, he's in with a shout as well. He did the highest average last night. If he does some more of that, there's no reason why he can't get himself through either.
It is 18 plus live, 18 plus gambleware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series. Well, we're heading towards the final session behind closed doors this week, but every Saturday we open up the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And it really is a historic building. It was once upon a time a former church. It then became a nightclub, and now it is a purpose-built darts studio. And you can be here on any given Saturday evening, soaking up the atmosphere and possibly watching a legend of the past or a future star in the making. You just never know what's going to be on the bill. If you want to be here, here's just a taste of what the atmosphere is like.
Set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body.
Double 10. And Scotland's off to the perfect start.
Look at the head there for Sagansky, and Burnett steps out from Richie. Burnett does find double 10, and it is a 4-3 victory.
60 to complete a 4-1 success. Third time into the chart, and the Netherlands are into the semi-finals. History is in the making, because for the first time ever, there will be a paired 9-dart shootout. Well, this is the loudest I think I've ever heard in live now. Steve West is embracing it. Well, that might well be the biggest cheer we see tonight. And kicks off for Maximum. And I suppose the one advantage of... Well, that is absolutely incredible. Scott Campbell in a 9-dart shootout has found 2 180s. So Scotland and Belgium are into the semi-finals. The Republic of Ireland head for home. The Netherlands are into the final. Much to the delight of this packed out Portland.
And he only needed one more. It is Wales that is through to the final.
And it's double Dutch delight. The Netherlands are the inaugural international pairs champions.
Only one winner. It's the Netherlands!
So Saturday night, the Modus Live Lounge is open to the public. You can be here for a night of darting entertainment. We're in Portsmouth on the south coast of England. And every single weekend, we have got drama in bucket loads for you. Also, look out for special events that take place throughout the course of the calendar year. And you can head over to the newly named www.dartsworldstore.com to be here on a given Saturday. And not just that, you can also book tickets for various exhibitions across Modus over the 2026 calendar, including a couple in Portsmouth this year. But kicking off the action tonight, Steve Lennon, the 32-year-old from Carlow in the Republic of Ireland, begins 4th in the table, 4.0 legs difference, up against Johnny Haynes, a 61-year-old from Swindon, who amassed just the 1 win from his 4 matches on Thursday evening. It wasn't as if he played poorly, but in a group like this, if you play just that little bit below par, you do get found out. Anton Mays is the star man in the middle of your picture. He's going to be presiding over proceedings over the course of the next 10 games. It's been a pleasure to spend the last couple of days, not just in the company of a commentary colleague, but also a good friend in Scott Mitchell. Scott, great to have you here, and I'm just glad we managed to hoist you out of that restaurant.
I was enjoying the restaurant. Very nice indeed. But yes, we have work to do, and so do these guys this evening.
55.
They have some entertainment to provide us with, and I have to say, I'm very much looking forward to it, because last night
140.
we saw some top tungsten.
Indeed we did. We'll talk about the exploits of the likes of Carl Wilson and Radek Sagansky as the night goes on. These two, the bottom two coming into tonight's play. Steve Lennon, he had a decent evening, but decent just wasn't quite good enough, was it? When you look at the standard of the whole 5.
51.
Average of 86.5 for the evening, 34% of the doubles. In most other groups, they say that was a good night's work, but he was just found a little bit wanting.
Yeah, he was a little, but he wasn't a million miles away from it. But I don't think any of them were when they were losing games. It was was a really sort of tight evening
47.
with varying turning points. It's like now, if Johnny Haynes can sometimes get some sort of win here, put himself on 4 points, stop Lennon
58.
gaining any ground on himself, we really do have the most open Group B we've had in many a while.
Well, we thought before a dart was
58.
thrown, the quality, the calibre, the standard of player that we have would mean that things would be tight. And there'd always be one player that will feel as if they've not played poorly, but have been found a little bit
Steve, you require
stranded. And Johnny Haynes was that
164.
player last night. And it's Lennon first to finish on throw in this opening leg, unable to take out the 164. So Haynes returning for 145. An
Johnny,
early
you require
break.
145.
Unable to get, so Lennon will return for the 72. Should get a dart at a double
28.
when he comes back.
Steve, you require 72.
He's going to get 2 at double 12. Outside,
60.
inside, and Haynes
Johnny, you
is back
require
for 117.
117.
Type of finish, very much in his wheelhouse. But is unable to locate the treble of either dart 1 or 2.
77. Steve, you require 12.
Oh, way inside there from Lennon, now way below. He's left plenty of space.
6.
It hasn't gone.
Johnny, you require
Haynes
40.
needs to break a throw to win this game. Lennon's had 24 darts.
Game shot on the first
Heats
leg.
enough.
Johnny
It's a 22
Haynes.
dart break a throw. That will be disappointing for Steve Lennon when he turns round and
Second leg is
realises
Johnny to throw
he goes
first.
back in the back
Game on.
room. For Haynesy, it's just what the doctor ordered.
100.
I think it's fair to say that Johnny ran out of steam by the time this game came last night. Averaged less than 70 in a 4-1 defeat to Steve Lennon, who,
81.
in terms of his evening, kicked off a 4-3 win over Paul Hogan, a game which he broke right at the very last, then lost 4-3 to Carl Wilson, averaging just a
60.
shade under 93 in that contest before a 4-1 defeat against Sagansky. Left his back somewhat against the wall, but winning this game right at the very end of the evening session
100.
yesterday has put himself right into the mix. However, Johnny Haynes wins this, then we'll have Carl Wilson at the top on 6 and the other 4 players on 4. One of Hogan and Sagansky
42.
are guaranteed to move on to 6 in the next match. But Johnny Haynes is playing 2 of the first 3. So if he can get off to a quick start here, all of a sudden the cat is going to be put amongst the
60.
pigeons, Scott. And you don't want to be the pigeon, do you?
Not what I'm about. No, you don't want to be the pigeon. We've got to stop the pigeon. We'll catch the pigeon.
97.
But whatever it is, yeah, Haynesy knows he's been around long enough. But having those 2 early games, if he can win them both, puts himself right back in the
81.
mix. And just gives everybody else a little bit of a headache and makes them something to think about. Really does. We know he has the quality too. We've seen that in the ADC Global Series, but the
123.
Global Championship.
I wish there was a global series. We could get jet setting, Scott.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm
96.
just something there.
Johnny, you
But there we
require
go.
79.
Well, 79 here for Haynes to go 2-0 to the good. Steve Lennon has not got out of the traps as of yet. 72 left. Treble 16 leaves double 12. And double 12 puts Johnny Haynes 2-0 to the good.
Haynes.
Well, he started shaking his head after he missed the big 19, and you think the visit's over. But no.
Third leg is Steve
Has
to
the
throw
goal,
first.
the ability, whatever
Game
you want
on.
to call it, to get himself out of the mire with a bad first dart, perfect second dart, and absolutely exquisite third into the double 12.
137.
Lennon won't be panicking just yet. He knows he has to hold throw here.
60.
Haynesy a bit high on the treble scoring at the moment.
$100. $60. $60.
Well, Johnny Haynes, pretty much an ever-present here at the Live Lounge at the Super Series. Former weekly winner, beat Neil Duff to
81.
win that particular title. Global Championship runner-up, as you mentioned, losing out to his good pal and Swindon man Jack Tweddle, who is
140.
Aylesbury this weekend for the beginning of the Winmore Championship Tour. Had a warm-up event earlier on this evening.
83.
Some, but not
Stevie
all,
requires
participated.
64.
We'll get some results from that in just a second as Lennon looked at double 16 to half the deficit.
48.
He's got time on his side.
$99. Stevie requires 16.
So double 8 incoming then for Lennon.
No score.
Lennon once again struggling
Johnny,
on
you
the
require
outer ring.
118.
118 for Haynes. Surely he goes to treble first. He does. Single 18. 4 tops.
78.
Oh, and it's a big chance
Steve,
gone
you
begging
require
there for Haynes. He
16.
had no right to get a dart there. Lennon let him in through the back door. But he
Game
sorts
shot
the
on
problem
third
out
leg,
on this
Steve
occasion.
Lennon.
And if you need to know what the problem is for Steve Lennon, he's 1 from 11 on the doubles
Fourth
at the
leg is
minute.
Johnny to throw
Where
first.
Johnny Haynes just sat
Game on.
2 from 3.
Well, there you go. The tale of the tape in terms of the checkout
140.
success so far in this contest. Haynes 2-1 up, but now having to cash in the break that he got early on in this contest right here. And Steve Lennon just beginning to up the levels a little bit and just beginning to make
180.
life a little bit harder for the punk.
60.
It's the only sport in the world where somebody by the name of Scuba Steve could play a punk.
58.
That's what we got here on this Friday night at the Live Lounge. Not the only event happening. ADC Championship Tour
60.
warm-up action taking place this evening. Got to the semi-finals. Joe Russell takes on Shane Haywood and Jack Tweddle takes on Adam Beck. The first tour event takes place tomorrow morning. Good luck to all involved.
96.
Yeah, good to hear that Adam Beck is back and around.
$81. Stevie require 167.
So 167 on offer to level up at 2 apiece. Can't be done now. And so Haynes
51.
returning, looking at
Johnny, you require
160 to go.
160.
2 clear, needing just one more for victory. Can't finish.
100. Stevie require 116.
So that's enough to pressure this 116. Lennon needed the treble. It's not there. Still needs a treble now.
100. Johnny, you
Always
require
happens with the
60.
third dart when you won at the second. Haynesy then. Nice big 20. Tops up.
Game shot in the fourth
It's a
leg.
nice
Johnny
tops.
Haynes.
So Johnny Haynes 3-1-2 the good.
Fifth leg,
Steve
it's
Lennon with the
Steve to throw
darts try and
first. Game on.
stay in the contest. I want to get this out of the way with early, Scott. We see the brilliant Anton Mays on our screen doing an excellent job
58.
presiding over proceedings, refereeing here at the Live Lounge. And the good news is we're going to see plenty more of Anton in the not too distant future. But I do want to send congratulations to Owen Binks, who it's been announced today that he's going to be the new major
84.
stage official on PDC televised events. Somebody that we've seen many a time officiate matches with distinction here at the Live Lounge. Now, I've saved it to this evening because
140.
Owen was in Newcastle working for the host broadcaster of the Premier League last night and has returned to
58.
Portsmouth to spot for us this evening. He's currently in my ear as I speak. And I think from all of us here at the Super Series, we want to send congratulations. Wish you all the very best on your
140.
new endeavours, and you can pay for the leaving meal.
I knew there was a reason coming for all that.
180.
I knew there was a reason coming for all that.
180. Johnny, you require
No,
81.
wholeheartedly agree. Well deserved indeed. Yeah, nice work there
41.
from
Steve, you require
Johnny Haynes.
121.
Just for clarity, Owen Binks will be staying on in other capacities here. Steve Lennon's hoping to stay on in a capacity in terms of winning this game, but the big number goes a begging, and so Johnny Haynes will come back for top to seal a 4-1 win to start the night.
Johnny, you require 40.
Double 10. And
Game
it
shot
is a
and
win for
match.
Johnny Haynes to kick off the
Haynes.
evening's action. A 4-1 success, a 15-darter to get the better of Steve Lennon 4-1. A far from ideal start to the night for Scuba Steve, who missed 10 darts at a double in that contest. That the tale of the tape. Johnny Haynes running out a 4-1 winner. Coming up after the break, we're going to watch Paul Hogan in action. He takes on Sagansky, the winner. We'll move on to 6 points. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Johnny Haynes got the better of Steve Lennon by 4 legs to 1, averaging 82.17, 4 from 8 in terms of his finishing, and he moves on to 4 points. It means 4 players are on 4 points behind Carl Wilson at the head of the table. 2 of them are in action now as Paul Hogan takes on Sagansky. Hogan, the 62-year-old from Basingstoke, a 2-time weekly winner here in the past, up against Sagansky, making his debut, the 46-year-old Polish player who resides in Cork in the Republic of Ireland. Debut here because he dropped off the PDC Pro Tour circuit at the end of the 2025 season. And so we're ready to get underway.
First leg is Paul to throw first.
It's
Game
Hogan
on.
to kick us off. Of course, Sagansky, a former Players' Championship winner, picked up Players' Championship 27 in 2023. Beat Connor Scott 8-5 in the final of that particular competition. And you and Radek should have a bit in common, Scott, because
60.
he works as a bus driver in Cork.
Yeah, I don't drive in Cork, so he's safe, isn't he?
60.
What did you make of Radek's night last night? Because he averaged 90.28 for the evening, 14 hits from 44 attempts on the double. That equated to 31%. He was just kind of rock solid and steady throughout. There wasn't anything too high and there wasn't anything too low, really, was there?
No, he's been super
100.
steady and super solid, but sometimes he hasn't been rewarded for that consistency. And
41.
sometimes you've got to find a little bit more on those bigger games and when your opponent goes at you. But he just seems to just keep plugging away. And if anybody drops under those sorts of averages, then he gets you. And if anybody's over those, we haven't really seen him lift it all week to be able to
100.
deal with the people that were doing that to him. But he has a super solid game to start with, and as a base layer to build from, it really is super stuff.
131.
Well, good pick off with the last there for Hogan to leave himself on 50 to take out the opening leg on throw, and it feels like thus far a very comfortable
Paul, you
hold
require
for
50.
Crocodile Dundee. As he stares at double 16, no mistake. Good start that for Paul Hogan. Finds himself 1-0 to the good. In terms of his evening last night, averaged 90.82 for the evening. That average maybe just a little bit inflated because of that really good performance in the middle. In terms of his doubling, 13 hits on 37 attempts, had 9 180s yesterday. Didn't have a ton plus checkout, but had the highest average of the week so far, the 107.39, which he hit in that colossal game with Carl Wilson towards the middle of the programme yesterday. He had 3 180s, was 4 from 6 in his doubles, and defied Carl Wilson, who himself averaged 101.4 in that game.
He did indeed. He just started slowly last night, Hoagie. He hit a sub-80 average in his first match, and then he upped it in the second match, but it still wasn't quite enough. And then
45.
Boy, did he up it in his third match with the 107, and then I think he finished his last game in the region of a 98.
60.
So it was after the first couple of games he really found his mojo, really found his range, and
60.
I didn't get a chance to speak to Hoagie today, but when he arrived, but
125.
I'm wondering how he's finding the new darts, because for me, he looks to be doing things again, and it's kind of rejuvenated him. Sometimes another set of barrels or different makes you concentrate again, and
60.
something with a bit of fresh grip, you know, it just reignites the fire for you.
43.
Hogan here with a tangible break opportunity. If he can nestle in a couple of big uns, then he would have left his own a 2 darter. A triple leads a finish, and that Robin Hood tears right through the middle of the flight at dart 1, leaves nothing at all.
41.
So Sagansky first to finish, leaving 140 to square this contest up at 1 apiece.
180. Radek, you require 140.
Sagansky finds himself in all sorts of problems again.
100. Paul, you require 16.
And now he's hoping that Hogan misses for him to get
Game
back.
shot in the second leg. Paul Hogan.
Double 8 goes for Hogan. And it's that famous double 8.
Third leg is Paul to throw first.
3 darts to knock Glenn Durrant out on one of his World Championship wins first round, wasn't it?
Would have been for his first World Championship title. How history could have changed.
85.
If you ask Hoagie about it, it's probably one of the most asked things about his dart in life, and one of the things that most people
100.
remember.
Has had some success on the
100.
World Senior Circuit when that was in existence. Beat Simon Whitlock at the Circus Tavern last year. He had a bit of a dust up with you, didn't he, at the
100.
York Barbican once upon a time?
Yeah, we had a real ripper. Again, a couple of mid-90 averages for the both of us, and he got the better of me. But I was lucky enough to get the better of him at a couple of
97.
lakesides, so it all sorts itself out in the end. And obviously, as a with my England hat on, I really want to see him do well tonight and go on and move through the gears and make it to Saturday night.
99.
Ladder tie for Hogan.
100. Paul, you require 120.
Treble found. Single found. Tops of the 120.
100.
Drops just low.
Radek, you require 101.
Sagansky goes this route because he likes to
60. Paul,
leave
you require
32
20.
and get to that side of the board.
Game shot in the third leg. Paul Hogan.
Well, Radek Sagansky is beginning to get scared by Paul Hogan now.
Fourth leg, it's Radek to throw first.
Hasn't had a dart at a
Game
double.
on.
And Hogan, for the second consecutive night, could be on the cusp of beating him. 1-4-3 in this game. Yes, it was a
60.
really good contest, this one. Hogan averaged just under the ton. 99.96, had 3 180s, 4 from 8 on his finishing. For Sagansky, the key difference was
100.
missed darts at a double. He was 3 from 12 in that game, despite averaging 91.5. That was his downfall in Thursday night's contest between the pair.
60.
Hoagie, you have to say, has sort of continued on from last night here.
100.
It was a tighter game last night, but Hoagie came out on top when Sagansky had the
60.
throw. So he was always going to back himself here when he had the throw against him as his very next game.
100.
Lost his first 2 games last night, then won his next 2, and now here we are. He's looking at 3 in a row in the group.
100.
And that will see him in good stead and put him on 6 points. And still well in with a shout. Getting one of those qualifier spots for Saturday night. So he won't worry about which spot he qualifies in as long as he makes it. He was the king of the qualifiers back in the Lakeside days.
140.
Doesn't matter
Paul, you
about
require
spots as long as you're
66.
present.
You have to be in the room.
So this for the match, and to get his night off to the perfect start, he's going to get a dart at Old Faithful double 18.
30.
This is it. On
Radek,
the
you require
outside,
81.
Sagansky hasn't had a dart at a double yet in this game. That's going to change now because he's going to get 2 at double 12,
Game
and he
shot on the fourth
only
leg,
needs the
Radek
1. Back to
Sagansky.
3-1. Hogan forced to serve it out.
Fifth leg, it's Paul to throw first. Game on. 30. 81. 140.
Good recovery from Hogan there. After what has to be said,
44.
one of the poorest visits you'll ever see from him from an opening throw.
60. 60.
But Paul Hogan,
180.
he's not going to turn his nose up with that particular visit, is he? His second 180 of the match.
133.
Leads himself on
Paul, you require
91
91.
to finally wrap this match up by a 4-1 score.
74.
$51.
Sagansky on 183, so Hoagie knows he's coming back. All about getting the mindset right now.
140.
Coming back under severe pressure
Paul, you
as well.
require 40.
43 for Sagansky. Oh, he's well under there. Inside, up for double 5. Inside there as well,
35.
so that's
Radek, you
4
require
match darts
43.
now that Hogan's missed.
Game
Sagansky
shot on the
finds
fifth
his way
leg.
home
Radek
to
Sagansky.
32 using the 11 section of the board.
Sixth
We know
leg
he's
is
very
Radek to
confident
throw
on the double
first.
16 and
Game
double
on.
8.
How much?
He's now broken throw, and if he gets off and away here, which he has,
100.
he's going to cause Hogan some problems.
Well, how many times have we seen this scenario in a game like this over this sort of format where a player is
60.
breezing, a player nicks one back, and then by the time it gets a 3-2, all of a sudden the pendulum has completely swung on a pinhead.
94.
Hoagie's had 9 darts at a double and hit with 3. Sagansky's 2 from 2.
60.
Well, let me get my momentumometer out. And as I get my momentumometer out, I want to ask you this question. In which way is it swinging?
48.
Because surely it's beginning to tilt in Sagansky's direction.
140.
Yeah, that's a good visit from Hogan to try and wrench that back.
137.
And that's a good response from Sagansky. Hoagie's now being asked some questions. And that's just a terrible, terrible dart. He's got to switch.
59. Radek,
Didn't
you require
want to switch,
122.
but he had to. Doesn't need to go for this.
90.
And doesn't. Plays the sensible play and then gets back to his 32 and his side of the board.
100. Radek, you require 32.
So double 16 to take us all the way. Sagansky
Aim
trolled
shot on the
3-0,
sixth
having
leg,
not had a
Radek
dart and a
Sagansky.
double in the contest. And now we have a one-leg shootout.
Seventh and deciding leg is Paul to
It
throw
was looking oh
first.
so easy at 3-0
Game
and he had
on.
a dart at tops to win it 4-0. He's lost the line there now
24.
with both darts. So now offers an opportunity for Sagansky to turn the throw immediately.
60.
Really would have wanted a ton of minimum requirement there. Didn't get it, so a reprieve from Hogan. A couple of trebles here. Oh, more Robin Hooding.
77. 140.
Good reply from Sagansky. Hogan doing a little repair work.
Well, that flight's been Robbie Hooded so much, it's might as well be called Glenn Durrant now because it's been ridden through it.
81.
Well, Sagansky
100.
looking to complete the comeback. 3-0 down. We've had a dart and a double in the game. And now it's within 6 of completing the
60.
turnaround.
$100. 59.
Yeah,
Radek
should have went down with the second dart, not the third. And went back up top to leave himself the 160. Didn't hit the treble at all, but went for the numbers in the wrong order.
27.
Frustration setting in. Really needs a double treble visit here. Oh, and if he can put another one in here, massive pressure on the 74. Still pressured.
Radek,
Sat there on 60
74.
with a single to double combo. Double 16 for Sagansky.
And a match.
And it's
Radek
the double that he
Sagansky.
absolutely loves. Hogan's not going to be happy there, but Sagansky, good fight back from him. He really was struggling average-wise. But he maintained it, got back up to 83 apiece. We head into a short break, and when we return, it's Johnny Haynes taking on Carl Wilson.
The Live Lounge is a stunning venue, isn't it, here at the heart of Portsmouth for the Modus Super Series. And before the break, we saw Radek Sagansky get the better of Paul Hogan by 4 legs to 3. He moves on to 6 points, and he temporarily moves to the top of the Group B table. But that could all change as Game 3 sees Johnny Haynes take on Carl Wilson. We've seen Johnny tonight. We've already seen Johnny win tonight 4-1 against Steve Lennon. Taking on Carl Wilson, the 36-year-old from Royal Tunbridge Wells, a 3-time weekly semi-finalist here in the past. He topped the group overnight, having won 3 of his 4 games on Thursday. A win here would see him on to 8. And Carl knows that 2 wins of any proportions this evening will see him qualify through to Saturday, joining Archie Self, Lewis Gurney and Patrick Williams into the big
First leg is
dance
Johnny
on
to
the
throw
South
first.
Coast.
Game
It's
on.
Haynes to get us underway. It is Wiltshire up against Kent in our third match of the evening.
96.
Yeah, Wilson, very impressive last night, wasn't he?
97.
It's one of those throws
41.
Carl Wilson has. It's probably not majestic on the eye, but very effective on the result.
82.
Let's go where he wants them to go. It is funny, all the dart players, you know, there are very few that throw the same.
140.
Even if their arm looks to move the same, they grip it in a different way. Or if they grip it in a similar way, they move their arm in a different way.
140.
They line themselves up at a different angle or stood in a different place.
$100.
And despite the fact we're beginning to head towards a Henry Ford assembly line world of throws, there is still a unique commodity about every player's style and stance.
97. Johnny, you require 124.
And I think you have a point there. I think it is a worrying thing with coaching coming into the game now, and the coaches probably all singing off a very similar song sheet. They're going to hone
44.
players
Johnny,
into
require
throwing in a very
85.
similar way. And how interesting is that going to be to watch with players throwing similarly at the same spot? It's something I'd never really crossed my mind.
69. Johnny, you require 80.
So 80 for Haynes to go 1 up. Oh, he's missed the big number and he's going to pay the price, you feel,
40.
because Carl Wilson on
Oh,
his
you
doubles
require
yesterday
16.
was mightily effective. And he's got 3 in hand here, a double 8 to break in the opening leg.
Game shot on the
Well, he
first
gets-
leg. Cole Wilson.
Well, he needs the 1, shall I say, to break the throw of Haynes and to take a 1-0 lead.
Second leg is Cole to throw
What
first.
impressed me yesterday, he's very good on
Game
the
on.
bullseye and uses the bullseye more often than not.
Well, Carl Wilson was the answer to our afternoon tungsten teaser.
96.
Time for tonight's tungsten teaser, which is effectively a spin-off from this afternoon's, because I asked you for the 3 winners.
100.
Or no, I asked you for the winners of more than one men's ADC Tour Championship title, of which there was 2, Carl Wilson and Jack Twiddle. Tonight,
58.
I'm asking you this. Can you name the 3 female players who won more than one ADC Tour Championship title in
140.
the 2025 season? You can get in contact with us via our social media feeds. We are at MSS Darts. And don't forget to put the hashtag Tungsten Teaser on your tweets.
139.
And if you do tweet us at MSS Darts with hashtag Tungsten Teaser with the correct answers, you will get a shout out live on air. So please do get in
60.
touch.
I know one straight off the top of my head.
60.
Wilson leaving 1 for 8, which we've seen some drama on this particular number this week, haven't we?
100.
With
Oh, you
Lars
require
Eric Lindgren.
148.
There we have indeed.
100. Johnny, you require 101.
Oh, Johnny Haynes looking to put this leg into room 101 and to break back. That's not going to get. And so Wilson
93.
going to have an opportunity
Oh, you
here to
require
open up a 2-0
48.
lead if he can convert 48.
Double 16 then. For Wilson.
16.
Oh, that is tight.
Johnny, you require 8.
Well, Johnny Haynes usually
No
doesn't
score.
miss double 4, but he's missed
Carl,
3
you
at that
require
target.
32.
That's a perfect first dart.
Game shot in the second
Did that
leg.
time and time
Colson.
again yesterday with his second dart on double 16.
Third leg is Johnny to throw first. Game on. $93.
Carl Wilson is a type of player that seems to have an air of control about him.
100.
We know he's got a high level in the locker, but he's always somebody that never looks irked, never looks under pressure, never looks as if he's
99.
flustered by anything. Averaging here about 85, and that's kind of his base game, his base level.
99.
Yeah, and that's impressive by anybody's standard, really. I'm sure we can see him on the outside looking as cool as a cucumber.
59.
Could be like the proverbial swan, feet going like Billy-O underneath, under the water where you can't see. When I say that, I mean that inside he may not be feeling as cool as he looks on the outside.
98.
But I have a funny feeling he is. Like you say, he never looks flustered. Doesn't give a lot away.
60. $100.
So Wilson, who took out the 104 yesterday, you may remember, is left on that target again. Went the
44.
16s
Oh, you
route
require
yesterday.
104.
And so we'll start down on the 16s. 4 of them will leave double top. Single 16, up for double top.
64.
Clips the top wire, Haynes
Johnny,
back
you
for
require
146.
146.
And he is going to start up on the treble 20. He's going to stay there. Now, 66 left.
96. Carl, you require 40.
Was looking for the ball to leave double 8. Wilson on tops.
No, you were waiting for
Game
the
shot
spot
on
to
the
tell you
third
in your
leg.
ear what you had left.
Colson.
That's what you were waiting for.
Fourth leg, it's Carl to throw first. Game on.
Well, Carl Wilson, 3-0 to the good. And he's on the up, isn't he?
180.
He definitely is now after that 180.
85. $60. $60.
Well, only a 60, which means Wilson's in control of this leg and on the cusp of a 4-0 win. Will stay straight because a ton will leave him on a finish.
100.
So these are the last 3 darts before Wilson has an opportunity to win this game 4-0.
Yeah, Hainesy
98. Carl, you require
Not quite been on it.
161.
in this one and hasn't really been allowed to settle, has he, by Wilson? Wilson sort of dominated it from
137.
start to finish this time round.
And so when he comes back, he's going to have a look at double 12 to win this game by
45.
4
Carl, you
legs
require
to 0.
24.
2 12s.
Game shot.
Seals
and
an
a match.
impressive 4-0 win for
Colson.
Carl Wilson. Average in the end in excess of 91. Doubling decent as well, 4 for 9. And rounded things off with a 13-darter. That is the tale of the tape. Johnny Haynes really didn't get a foothold in the contest. Carl Wilson wraps up a 4-0 win. Next up, Sagansky takes on Steve Lennon. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. There's lights! There's lights! And there's plenty of darts for you on this Friday evening. And before the break, we saw Carl Wilson get the better of Johnny Haynes by 4-0. That moves him on to 8 points in the group and just one win away from qualifying through to tomorrow night's final. Game 4 sees Radek Sagansky and Steve Lennon go head-to-head. Both players coming out of Group A on Wednesday afternoon. Radek finishing second, Steve Lennon finishing third. And in terms of their evening so far,
leg is Radek
Steve Lennon looking to get his first win under his belt, having lost 4-1 to Johnny Haynes. And it was a below-par performance for Scuba Steve, missing 10 darts at a double in that particular contest.
96.
As for Sagansky, he was 3-0 behind in his game against Paul Hogan to kick off the evening's work, for winning 4 legs on the spin and 4 from 4
100
in terms of his doubles in that particular match. And I just wonder how much he can take that
84.
confidence into this particular fixture.
Yeah, as you say, the Monday and Tuesday games went Lennon's way.
140.
Wednesday, Thursday went Sagansky's way. So it's 2 apiece in head-to-heads this week, and
55.
this one could be the most important of them all in helping decide the fate of both players.
100.
A win here will give one the leg up on the other.
140. Steve, you require 161.
So Steve Lennon look at 161. Not going to get. So Sagansky 126. He's just the one
56.
treble to
Radek, you require
give himself a poke at the
126.
bullseye. And needs it with dart 2. Unable to get. So Lennon 105.
98. Steve, you require
To break the throw and
105.
take a 1-0 lead. If he doesn't, Sagansky's left on double 14. 90 left. Triple 18, double 18 should be the preferred route.
$49. Radek, you require 28. Game shot in the first leg. Radek Sagansky.
Sagansky makes no mistake of the double 14 to take a 1-0 lead.
Second leg is Steve to throw first. Game on. $58.
Sagansky
100.
3-1 down against Hogan in his last match, and if you can continue in this vein in this one,
96.
4 points for him onto the table, which looks so unlikely. Just about 25 minutes ago.
140. $93.
So Sagansky in control of this leg against the throw. Treble there means if he stays straight, he leads himself on the finish.
100.
Does exactly that. Lennon doesn't leave himself on an outshot.
44.
So
Radek, you require
Sagansky doesn't have to go for this
161.
if he doesn't want to.
And you know he won't. He plays the sensible shot every time. Bullseye here with the last.
60.
No. He likes to leave the 101 because from 101 he goes the unusual treble 18
Radek,
way,
you
doesn't
require
he?
101.
Single 18 leaves him 83.
37. Steve, you require 111.
Well, that slip into the single 2 may end up being fortuitous if Lennon cannot take out the 111. However, Lennon's going to have a look at tops. He's not just going to have a look. He's going to get. And that is the first ton topper of the night. Level at 1 apiece.
Third leg is Radek to throw
But
first.
I've got to
Game
say
on.
in the background, Steve Lennon doesn't look at all comfortable, despite what he's just done. Sagansky with the first max of the game.
180. $58.
Yeah, just having a look at Steve's body language in the background there, Scott. First time he's played the full week here, first time he's played here altogether. He mentioned in his interview before play got underway yesterday, he's not used to playing at this time of night. I could get this completely wrong, and if I do, I apologise. But I just wonder whether the last few days is just beginning to take its toll as the week comes towards a close.
60.
I have to say it does. Playing here all week long is very difficult. It's not as easy as one would think.
81. Radek, you require 161.
Everybody can go and grab the tungstens and throw them for a couple of hours a day all week long, but actually competing, using your mind,
60.
preparing yourself for the matches is a very different story than just going at the same time each night and having a throw on the board.
140. Radek, you require 101.
Well, Lennon's left himself on 163, and so Sagansky has got 6 from here. He may only need the 3.
85.
Double 16 goes inside, and so when he comes back, it's going to be 3 at double 8.
It's really making me think about that 101 route, you know. It really is.
Game shot in the
See
third
how
leg.
often
Radek
Sagansky has done it that way this week. You just kind of
Fourth leg,
get
it's
used
Steve
to doing it
throw
your
first.
way, and it
Game
becomes
on.
the norm. George and I had a long discussion once about 121, and that the best way to go is treble 14 first start. And I
41.
work it out. It wasn't the way that I was used to. But then I started practicing it, and I had a spell where I was hitting the 121, starting with treble 14 or a single 14, 57 for bullseye afterwards, or hitting the treble, leaving 79, and then going 57 double 11. Because it's the same shot. It's bang bang. It's the first two darts go in the same place, no matter where the results are. And, you know, the only time I ever hit it, I hit it 5 times and doing it that way, and the only time I hit it was against Richard George.
Well, we'll come back to that conversation because
Steve, you require
I know a lot of Dutch players
170.
do something similar to the 14s and 124, don't they? Lennon's not going to find the 170, but there's a lot of Dutch players that begin up on the 14s on the 124. So the single 14 leaves treble 20 for ball. Whilst alternatively, you find 2 treble 14s, you get a go at tops and you've got a completely clear target area.
Steve, you require 36.
And if you are good on that side of the board and you're comfortable, why not?
Game shot in the fourth leg. Steve Lennon.
Well, Lennon's got himself back into this match, hasn't he? Where it didn't look likely whatsoever.
Game on.
No, it's a best of 3 shootout.
140.
I'll be perfectly honest with you, Scott. I'm surprised that gimmick on the 124 isn't utilised more often. I do when I get down to 124.
You and your 43 averages in the vaults. Well done.
Hey, I got to 3 legs on Wednesday night.
100.
Over 4 different games.
No, in one game. I missed a match start.
Yeah, so you know how the guys feel now. You're starting to be a more of a pundit than a
96.
presenter. You know the game.
And so Sagansky will not be happy with the fact that he's pulled one wide into the one
41.
there.
He will not.
And if you're Lennon in the background, you're thinking 140, I'm right back in business here. See, there you go, the pundit's hat's on.
Lovely. Well done, you.
100.
Really enjoying it.
$30.
Well, he was looking down for the ball with the last. Because another 20 of them would have left the big fish.
140.
Yeah, nicely done again from Lennon.
100.
Forcing
Steve, you require
Sagansky
107.
into having to hit a treble, which he does with his last dart. Treble 17 for double 18. That's there, and another ton topper could be on its way.
89.
Frustration as he's inside. 2020 ball here.
treble 20 leads double
Game
5.
shot in the fifth leg.
Sagansky saves
Sagansky.
that leg there. Lennon had one dart at it.
Sixth leg, it's Steve
Be
to throw
frustrated.
first. Game on.
Trouble is with us dart players. If you have one dart at it, we feel that that's all we need. And sometimes it's all you get.
57.
Well, Lennon's come up dry here, and opportunity is opened up for Sagansky. 2 trebles here, he's in business.
85.
He's let him off the hook a bit there. And Lennon is beginning to step in.
123.
Stepping in indeed. Would be disappointed with
140.
the deflection into the treble 1. Sometimes you get disappointed with that and then you come up and go trebleless.
96.
So you can't get too frustrated in those moments.
140.
Another good visit. Back-to-back 140s for Radek. And he's now up around that 90 average.
96. Radek, you
Lennon.
require 136.
Another gets it. Double 8 for the match. And to finish
Game
off with a
shot. And the
fanfare.
match,
And to finish
Radek
off with a bit of
Sagansky.
style and panache. A brilliant finish from Radek Sagansky to finish off what was a very good performance. Average at 91.5, 4 from 7 on his doubles. A dozen darted around it off, courtesy of that 136 checkout. A game in which both players had a ton topper, and it's one that Sagansky wins by 4 legs to 2. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Sagansky got the better of Steve Lennon by 4 legs to 2. That moves him on to 8 points. One more win would be good enough to send him through. For Carl Wilson, that's the same adage of being applied to him. If he gets the better of Paul Hogan in game 5 of our session, then he is into Saturday night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. And it would mean that you'd have Wilson on 8, Wilson on 10, Sagansky on 8, and then 3 players on 4 points, plying out for what looks like one position through to Saturday night's finale. Haynes takes on Sagansky in the next, so Radek will get his chance of making it through. But for Carl Wilson, he knew that 2 wins at any point tonight would be good enough.
Game on.
He could get it done with a minimum of fuss if he can get the better of a Crocodile Dundee here. Who in his opener against Johnny Haynes, Carl Wilson, averaged 91 and change.
140.
4 for 9 in terms of his finishing. For Paul Hogan, he let a 3-leg lead slip against Radek Sagansky in his opening match. Has had a few games to recompose himself in the back room. And from here on in for Hogan, it's going to be game on, game off. So he's had his big break right at the very start.
58.
But now can he make his big push, Scott Mitchell?
If he has any burning desire to make it to Saturday night, he's going to have to.
100.
Wilson is very businesslike. He'll know what he needs to do. He'll have been out there and seen on the little computer
123.
screen all the sort of table as it's happening. They have a live score table in the players' room, and
100.
he'll know by now exactly what he has to do. You get all sorts of characters in that back room. Some try to ignore the computer out there and the table.
60. Paul, you
just come up and try and win every game that they can. They keep it very simple. Others want to know the ins and outs, the whys, the wherefores.
97. Carl, you require 120.
Shanghai for Wilson. Wide of the mark. And so Hogan is going to have a look at 64. He may only get the 1 dart to the double to get the break, but he does need a break at some point if he is to go on and win this contest. He's going to get the bruising bonus of 2 at double 8.
48. Carl, you require 32.
2 misses for Hogan has allowed Wilson back to the board, and he's got 3 in hand of 32.
Game
And
shot in the
he
first
makes no
leg.
mistake,
Carl
mops
Wilson.
up the pieces. Wilson leads 1-0, hanging on to his throw
Second
in the
leg
first
is
leg.
Paul to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, like I say, he'll know. So a bit nervy for Wilson here. He'll know that he's got to
60.
do the business here. And then he knows he's safe and can throw with a bit more freedom in his last one. But to be fair, he does throw with an awful lot of freedom anyway. He doesn't really take a great deal of notice about what his opponent is doing. He just rocks on up, lobs his 3 darts,
125.
lets you get out of the way like he does, throws his 3 darts, tries and hits as many of those red bits as he can,
100.
and then wanders off. He keeps the game very simple.
83. 100.
161 for Wilson.
87.
To lead 2-0.
Oh, you require 161.
And to get the break, he'll feel like he's got 6 from here.
$89.
Once again, he
you
uses
require
the
146.
To his advantage. We saw a couple of times last night he had 61 left and went to use the 25 and hit the bullseye.
60.
Wilson
Carl, you
must
require
practice,
72.
Hogan It's going to have to live and hope. 2 for Wilson here at 24.
48. Paul, you require 86.
So, treble 18 leads double 16.
Game
Finds
shot on the
double
second
16.
leg.
Really
Paul
clean
Hogan.
kill that, 1-1.
Yeah, really good from Paul Hogan.
Third leg is Cole to throw first. Game on.
Now, tomorrow, the ADC Championship Tour gets underway. And
60.
there is a grand total of 333 entries for the first event tomorrow morning.
That's right up there and in the region of the same amount of entries for the Challenge Tour. I think for the Challenge Tour there were 383 or something like that, I believe, at the first one of the year.
85. $85.
They will be having to extend Bradmore Farm again if they keep getting entries like that.
96.
I went last May and very impressed with the whole setup there.
$60.
Hogan goes troubleless once again. An inept moment when he really needed to hit. Carl Wilson
100.
has managed to hit that ton minimum requirement.
So Wilson leaving himself on
45.
160
Oh, you
to
require
go
160.
2-1 to the good and to put himself halfway there.
Yeah, massive deflection with the last start there from Hogan. Another one of those. Double top for the big 160.
140. $100. Cole, you require 20.
So 2 10s for 2-1.
Game
2-1 it is to Carl Wilson.
Cole Wilson.
Halfway towards qualification through to tomorrow
Fourth leg is
night. And I
Paul
just
to
wonder what he'll be
first.
doing tomorrow.
Game on.
What he might do with his time. Maybe a bit of shopping in Gunwharf.
$55.
We do love shopping, don't we, Scott, in Gunwharf?
Yeah, it's not a bad pace to go.
We went there yesterday, didn't we? As well as a piles in a Max.
180.
We like Max more here at the Super Series. But we've only seen a Max today in this game.
Yeah, the more max, the better, isn't it? We like those.
$85.
Well, Paul Hogan on 4 points. Now, that's not going to be
100.
enough to see him through, but we have seen in the E3 time that he has qualified through on 6 points in the Group B scenario in the past.
140.
Wilson looking at 96. Averaging now, ticking around a ton.
85. Cole, you require
And a
96.
chance to go 3-1 up, a leg away. And he'd have the darts in the next to put himself within a leg of qualification. 9. Doesn't have to do it. And decided to go
80.
down to leave himself 8 when he returns.
Yeah, some would say, well, what about your average? If you do it 9, there, you'd have been a dart less. Nobody gives a hoot
68.
about the averages.
Oh,
They
you
give a
require
hoot about the
16.
W's.
Averages aren't worth a waiting second.
They're not at all.
Game shot in the fourth
Double
leg.
four's
Cole
worth a
Wilson.
waiting goal, though, because Wilson leads 3-1. He has the darts in his hand to complete a 4-1
Fifth
win
leg, it's Carl to
and
throw
qualify
first.
himself through
Game on.
to tomorrow night's final.
Yeah, he does. He has the darts in his hand. Didn't want to squeak there.
96.
It's a good opening throw, picking up a treble, just what he wanted.
$85. $58.
Now that's a really smart play, that. Because by staying down there on the 19s, he's left himself on 3-4-7, which means that he can finish the leg off now in the next 6
44.
starts. Whereas if he headed back upstairs to the 20s, he would have left himself on 3-4-8, which is now in the industry known as a pre-bogified number.
134.
2 treble 19s, leaves himself on 2-1-3, and it leaves Hogan in a real heap of trouble.
100. $96.
Well, 117 to win the match 4-1 and to qualify his place through to
55.
tomorrow night's
Qualify
final. He hasn't yet won a week
117.
here, but to win a week, you've got to be in the Saturday night ball. And Carl Wilson has missed the dart to do exactly that.
$171.
That's pretty frustrating for a dart player.
20. Game shot.
It was
and
the
a match.
last action for
Wilson.
Hogan in this match. The 171, but it's Wilson in the double 10. He now qualifies for finals night. His work is done. Still has 2 more matches to play. Could have a say where the rest of the qualification goes. Another 94 average from him. Really good stuff from Carl Wilson. We're going to take a short break. You've got time to put the kettle on, and when we return, Johnny Haynes taking on Sagansky.
Welcome back to the live lounge in Port. So we're midway through our action here in Group B of the Modus Super Series. And before the break, we saw Carl Wilson get the better Paul Hogan by 4 legs to 1. That victory means that Gokker's qualified now through to tomorrow night's final. 10 points good enough for him. Radek Sagansky in second place on 8, with Paul Hogan, Steve Lennon, Johnny Haynes all on 4 points and all very much in the mix in terms of making it through to the Saturday crescendo here at the live lounge in Porter. So let's get into the second half of the night's action, and we kick off a game between Johnny Haynes and Radek Sagansky. We're coming to you live here across Pluto TV. Now remember, if you haven't done so already, download the Pluto TV app. It is available via the Apple App Store and Google Play, and it means that you can take all the action on the move all the time. You do not have to miss a dart of the action on your smartphone or your smart device if you download the Pluto TV app. So Radek Sagansky, the win here against Johnny Haynes, will qualify through to tomorrow night's final on debut. And you'd have to say, Scott, that on the basis of the performances that he's put in over the course of the last 5 days or so, you cannot begrudge him a Saturday night spot. But Johnny Haynes, the man looking to defy him here, kicking off for Max.
180.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You can't deny him and defy him here.
140.
He's came here and he's done exactly what we thought he would. He's Mr. Super consistent. Never really drops off and has a terrible game. Always there and thereabouts. And if you stay in that mid-80s to 90s range,
140.
you're always going to be in with a shout. If you just stay consistent. And it's one thing that he seems to do.
83.
Well, he's already overturned the throw of Johnny Haynes in this first leg, despite the fact that the punk kicked the
81.
contest off a maximum. 140 left. What pressure can Haynes pile on?
60. Radek, you require 140.
He's left himself on 118. And he's got to get a look at it. Needs just the one treble here to give himself a dart at a double.
100. Johnny, you require 118.
We'll stay there because the treble would have left him double 19. It's gone wide of the wire into the 1.
30. Radek, you require 40.
He's done the same at the bottom of the board and into the 3. So
game shot on the first leg. Radek
Sagansky has come in and broke the throw early doors.
Second leg, it's Radek to throw first.
As well.
Game on.
He looks like one of those players, Radek.
140.
As we look at the year progressing at the live lounge, he's just the type, you just get the sense he's going to be there or thereabouts
99.
every time he visits us, just because of the sheer level of consistency. We may not see the big blockbuster 110 plus averages, but you expect him to be hitting something that's going to make him competitive in every single game he plays.
Yeah, he's Mr. Steady Eddie, isn't he? And I think he'll improve.
96.
I think as he comes back and gets to know the place and understands the place, he'll be back more and more.
59.
Remember, he's coming off the back of 3 years on the professional circuit.
123.
And so to a certain extent, he's probably piling pressure on himself on the basis of he's probably performing within himself the way that you'd expect players on the Pro Tour to perform. But as we know, at this level, you're going to get a little bit more luxury than you do when you're plying your trade with the top 128.
Yeah, it's a fair enough statement. The numbers say that you do get a little bit more, but when you drop off the tour, you're
23.
still playing at a tour level for about 2 or 3 months, I think, until you get then used to playing that level as you drop off. Then 54. It kind of
Johnny, you require 160.
Changes, and you kind of can drop down a level to the level of the people you're playing if you're not careful.
60. You ready to require 16
to lead 2-0.
Game shot in the second leg.
You've been in the position, Scott, when you lost your tour code. You had a very strong first year. You played in a few Pro Tours. You had a good Challenge Tour season. And actually, I remember when you did drop off tour, there's a lot of expectation on your shoulders. Probably similar to what Radek's feeling right now.
140.
So what you mentioned by the fact that sometimes you can regress back towards the mean, is that on the basis of maybe what you're doing in terms of competition, particularly if you have a good challenge tour start, you're basically back on the Pro Tour anyway. Is it about what you're doing and who you're facing competition, being you're still having to ascertain the standards? Is that kind of where you're coming from?
Yeah, it's kind of the mental side of things. For me, when I dropped off the tour, then I became favourite for the Seniors World Championship immediately. And then you start to listen to the hype a little bit and you take that in. And then when that kind of doesn't go right for you, you then go, right, well, I can pick it up the Challenge Tour, but you've already taken chinks in the armour with not kind of making it and doing the averages that you were doing for the year when you lost the card, and you start dropping down and doing 3.3 or 0.4,
Johnny, you
4
require
points lower,
161.
and then that starts to become the norm, and then before you know it, the fear that everybody had for you as a tour card player when you played outside the tour, locally or wherever, seems to have disappeared. So I think it's a bit of both. I think people know you're not quite playing like you were to hold the tour card.
57.
You don't hold
Johnny,
the fear from in their head.
101.
It's the other side of it.
So 101 for Haynes to reduce the gap back down to 2-1. Treble 19 with a left double 12.
57.
Sagansky returning for
Radek,
64 for the double break, a 3-0 lead. And it would mean that in the next he'd have the darts to qualify himself through to Saturday night.
48.
Dart 3
Johnny,
went further away than Dart 2. Haynes hasn't had a dart at a double yet in this contest. He's going to get his first 2 at double top.
Games
finds
on
the
the
double
third
10.
leg. Johnny Haynes.
Final dart in hand. Back to 2-1.
Yeah, when you keep leaving
Fourth leg,
tops
it's
like
Radek
Haynes
to
does,
throw
you've either
first.
got to be good at tops
Game
or
on.
good at tens, and Haynes is generally good at both.
137. $60. 140. 45. 140.
Well, that 140 leaves Sagansky on 84 to give himself another chance of moving on to the hill.
60. Radek, you
Yeah,
require
after 9 as
84.
well. Really tidy stuff from Sagansky.
52. 57. Radek, you
So
require
double
32.
16 to go one away. In it goes,
Games on the
13
fourth
darts,
leg,
Sagansky 3-1 up.
Sagansky.
Averaging here, 102.83. Really good performance.
Fifth leg, it's Johnny to throw first.
And
Game
he
on.
looks set now to put himself into Saturday night here at the Live Lounge.
100.
Close to a sellout tomorrow, I hear. Handful of tickets left.
41.
Should be a good atmosphere, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. It's nice when it's full in here, but we do like a bit of respect. We like a respectful crowd,
83.
because that enables players to get on with their job, which is to entertain.
60. 77. 39. 55. 134. 140.
Well, 46 for Haynes to reduce the gap to 3-2. What pressure can Sagansky pile on?
135. Johnny, you require 46.
Fair bit there. He's sort of 92, 46 for Haynes. Then back to his double top
Haynes
that he knows and loves.
leg. Johnny Haynes.
He nearly hits that same spot in that double top every single time. Just off centre to the right.
To first. Game on.
Sagansky here,
140.
making a really good start. And leg 6.
100.
Haynes knows he has to break him now. Otherwise it's curtains for him.
60.
In reference to this match.
$45.
As we head to the midnight hour, players are running out of time to find spots. And positions 1, 2, and 3.
100.
They're running out of games.
$100.
Well, time for Sagansky. He's on a finish here to send himself through to tomorrow night's final. What pressure can Haynes put on?
83.
Doesn't leave himself on a finish. So Sagansky has 6 starts here for 143 to send himself through and to join Carl Wilson from Group B into the Saturday night fold.
93.
He's left himself on 50 when he comes back. It's going to be Old Faithful. It's going to be double 16. And it's going to be for a place
59. Radek, you
into
require
Saturday
50.
night for Radek Sagansky. Double 16. 2 8s. Doesn't wrap it up.
34. Johnny, you require 114.
Well, Johnny Haynes has a big chance here. Needs a treble. Not that one. 89 left. He needed that one. Double 6.
74. Radek, you require 16. Game shot.
Radek Sagansky is into Saturday night. That double A sends the pole through to the finals on debut. And the way he's been playing this week, he's going to take some stopping. We'll have a look at that performance as a measure. And actually, look at the 130 plus column. No 170s, no 180s, but 12 in that particular column. That really is something incredible because it just tells you the power of his 2 treble scoring. Anyway, Sagansky a 4-2 win over Johnny Haynes. Carl Wilson takes on Steve Lennon on the other side of this short break. Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where before the break, Sagansky got the better of Johnny Haynes by 4 legs to 2. And so game number 7 is a meeting between Carl Wilson and Steve Lennon. So we now know that both Sagansky and Carl Wilson have qualified through to tomorrow night's final. The other 3 are still in contention. Johnny Haynes can still qualify, but even a 4-0 win for him still relies on everything to go his way, including score lines for him to qualify. But we'll cross the bridge for Johnny Haynes as we get there. Next up for us, Carl Wilson. He's safely into Saturday night. He did so with a 4-1 win against Paul Hogan, averaging 94.22, 4 from 12 in terms of his finishing. But
59.
Steve Lennon, so far tonight, has got himself in a bit of a tangle, having won just 3 legs across 2 games from a decent
59.
position going into this evening's action. He finds himself in 4th position, 4 points minus 5, finding himself chasing the tail of Paul Hogan. Yes, they're all level on points, the bottom 3. But will he feel as if an opportunity is passing by? Because his tough games come at the end of the evening. He's got Wilson here. And it may well be a case that his match against Paul Hogan right at the very end of the session could well be a straight shootout to see who qualifies through in the final spot through to Saturday
100.
evening.
Yeah, it's looking ever so likely, isn't it? Wilson now...
140.
no different than he has done all group, but there's got to be a sense of relief knowing that your name's in gold, you're already through.
96.
Go through the motions a little.
You require 157.
You don't want to go out. In 2nd place in this group now. Now you're in the position that he's in. You want to go and top the group. You want to fly out of the group. You don't want to limp out of the group.
97.
Changes the way you feel about the Saturday night, I can assure you.
60. Carl, you require 60.
So 20 for tops. And the way that Wilson's darts... Well, I would say the way that Carl Wilson's darts sit down, it'd make things rather easy. But the fact that he's got above with the first one, oh my goodness me.
20. Steve,
Well, that
require 131.
was a bit of a dog's dinner. But he's got away with it. Lennon can't take out the 1-3-1. And it may well be a case of all's well but ends well for Carl Wilson here.
88. Carl,
This
you
is the
require
big number
40.
again, going for the 11. Trying to avoid... 32. How do you go for the easier number? And Wilson punishes him this time.
So Wilson, 1 up.
2nd leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on.
He's done his job, but he can stop others from making it through. Carl will finish
100.
up his programme of games in this group against Sagansky. That game, well, that pretty much from here looks like it's going to be a shootout to see who's going to top
60.
Group B going into Saturday's action. We're going back to the future, apparently.
100.
Went all Ron Burgundy there, Scott. I read Thursday on my notepad and just said it. Let's just hope there's nothing on the auto cue at the end talking about San Diego.
131.
We don't have auto cues here. The ultimate in professionalism.
134.
Comes from the heart. Comes from between the ears. We don't get prompting.
Well, that leaves Wilson on 130, providing Lennon cannot take this out.
$60. Carl, you require 130.
Triple 20 for the bull. Doesn't go.
65.
Looks to the ball with the last.
Steve, you require 107.
That leaves him 65. Makes life just a little bit easier when he comes back. Should be a dart at the outer ring as opposed to the bull. And so he's going to come back for that for 2-0. And Steve Lennon is beginning to cut a real frustrated figure.
40. Carl, you require 65.
I've not seen him look this animated on a stage like this before. We become so used to him becoming a cool, calm, collected character.
45.
But he's been given a preview, but he just looks a little bit hot under the collar.
Steve, you require 67.
Yeah, I agree. It's like he's at the point he's trying so hard that he's stopping himself.
35.
And it's frustrating when you play this game
20.
and you've had times in your darting life where you find the game so easy. And the things that are so simple within the game then start to go wrong for
No
you.
score.
You just can't
Steve,
grasp
you require
with your head
32.
why it's going wrong. Because it feels all same while you're throwing it, while you're doing it, but there's something quite clearly not. And usually that's just overthinking everything.
16.
How the dart's in your hand, how the dart's
You
leaving your
require
hand.
20.
And as you rightly say, I have not seen Lennon like this ever.
15.
Well, this is beginning to enter
Steve, you
the
require
category of
16.
scrappy. Steve Lennon won't care how the legs are won.
No, you don't mind if you're being
James
scrappy,
on the
do,
second
because it means
leg,
you're
Steve
hitting.
Lennon.
Had a lot of opportunity there. Salvaged the leg from
Third leg, it's
what
Carl
was
to throw
looking
first.
to be a bad job for him.
Game on.
Again, another nice guy, Steve Lennon.
97. $60.
I'm sure we'll hear from Carl Wilson towards the end of the evening. Probably I'll end up interviewing him in my cardigan. By the way, what is this all about, the jib I'm getting about the cardigan? I don't get it, Scott. I just don't.
Oh, we're all worried that your nan is really cold at home.
134.
Oh.
90.
Well, I thought I'd try something a bit different, go a bit more stylistic today, and obviously it's fallen foul in the face.
60.
No, I like it. I like your cardigan. It's just a little bit different to the norm of what we see you in. We just don't see you as one of those trendsetter sorts, you know. It's
135.
but I do like it. Oh, don't get me wrong.
Do you want to backtrack any further?
No, I'm not changing anyway.
97.
I just
Carl,
think
you
the
require
change is as good as the
83.
rest.
That's right. The polo shirt will be back tomorrow.
Well, if that's the case, can I borrow that jumper? Really like the cardigan.
Not sure you'll be able to put the
43.
buttons up, mind.
Steve, you require
No,
150.
you can wear them open. It's very cool.
Another. Ah, unlucky. Wilson back for tops.
118. Carl, you require 40.
Now chasing 210s. And getting. And leading
shot in
this
the
game
third
by
leg,
2
Carl Wilson.
legs to 1.
Fourth leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on. $85. $140.
Yeah, another good visit from Wilson, and he has kind of recovered from
100.
having those few misdemeanors on the doubles. And the leg that Lennon did eventually win.
140.
Let it get to him, which can happen as a player. When you start chasing round the board on the doubles, you get in your head that you need to score more and more to give yourself more opportunity, because you're not hitting with your first or second dart. It's your first or second handful.
60.
Another one of them would have left himself on a
100.
double.
Oh, you require 161.
Lennon should get a dart here
64. Steve, you require 76.
to level up at 2-2. And he's going to get the Brutus bonus 2 and out at double 8.
Game shot in the fourth
14
leg.
darter, clean
Steve
kill on the
Lennon.
76. Lennon's back on terms. We have parity once again at 2 apiece.
Fifth leg, it's
Yeah,
Carl
like
to
I
throw
said with
first.
Wilson, a really good recovery
Game
from
on.
Lennon. Chasing around the board he was for doubles, and there was a lot of head shaking. He even bumped himself on the head a couple of times to try and wake himself up.
60.
You mentioned it earlier. He said he wasn't used to playing at this time of night yesterday.
134.
He'll be happy to find himself on Saturday night finals night at a more regular time,
131.
more normal time for him. He just wants to get things back to normal. He was saying about how long a wait it is waiting for
96.
10 o'clock to come to start playing. And it is very different. If you're playing league matches and pulps and stuff,
60.
you're going home sort of between 10 and 11. You're not still out. So
101.
I'll tell you what, you've got to hand it to Steve Lennon here because he was in the mire early on in this contest. He looked a little bit in the doldrums, but he's come back out the other side and he's got a chance here. I know it's the big fish, but he's got an opportunity to lead this game 3-2. He's not going to take out the fish. Wilson on the scene looking at 115.
96. Carl, you require 115. $44. Steve, you require 74.
Big dart.
54.
And potentially a big miss
Oh, you
for
require
Steve Lennon. Wilson back
71.
for 71 to lead this game 3-2.
straight in, and he's
Game shot in the
back
fifth
looking
leg.
sharp,
Carl
isn't he,
Wilson.
Wilson?
Sixth leg is Steve to
It
throw
almost
first.
felt as if you knew the rest as soon
Game
as he
on.
hit that treble 13 there.
Yeah, agreed.
177. $140.
That is sat perfectly for two more bedfellows.
140.
Just low with the third. And if he'd hit that, it would have been an easier target, the 144 compared to the 141. He could have stayed on the 20s for the perfect leg.
93.
Yeah, that's why some try to do it that way, isn't it?
140.
Oh, this is a fantastic leg from Lennon. 44 after 9. 181, 40, 140.
98. Steve, you require 44.
Stuff that dreams are made of, this one. Double 16 for 11 darts.
Game shot in
11
the sixth
dart
leg.
it is.
Steve Lennon.
You wouldn't believe, just 5 to 8 minutes ago,
Seventh and deciding leg is
we had
Carl
lots
to
of
throw
head
first.
shaking,
Game on.
lots of negativity. Now Lennon's looking good, but they're both looking good, to be fair, Henry.
Well, this has almost been like a darting game of tennis, this,
140.
hasn't it? Both players rallying one way, then t'other. And if we were in tennis
96.
terms, we've reached deuce. The tie-break leg.
$59. 93.
A really important find there for Lennon. That treble 18.
58. 58.
Is that the opening? It is for Wilson if he can back it with a treble.
60.
So the opportunity's still there for Lennon.
6 darts of 254 to wrap it up. That first dart's inviting. Finds a second, finds a third to leave himself on a 2-darter to wrap this up, to put himself onto 6 points and to pile the pressure on Paul Hogan and Johnny Haynes.
40. Stevie requires 74.
Treble 14, double 16. 20 for tops.
34.
So Wilson comes back for
144.
144. One much start goes begging, but Lennon will be back for more.
39. Stevie require 40.
So this to seal a 4-3 win. A win which would put him on to 6 points, put himself in a really good position to qualify through. He will see Paul Hogan and Johnny Haynes go head-to-head in a few moments' time. But Steve Lennon has done his side of the bargain. A puff of the cheeks. That was a hard-fought 4-3 win against the already qualified Carl Wilson. Decent performance, 92.22 average, 4 from 10 in terms of the finishing. So that is Game 7 in the books. Match 8 sees Johnny Haynes and Paul Hogan go head-to-head. don't really see the noise, but you'll hear the noise as this double 18 goes, because Jamie Owens has found a 156. And to get his first win on the board.
2 visits in hand here for Lonsdale to close this leg out. May only need 1. Double 16, nicely done.
on the second leg, Tom Lonsdale.
That's if Turner doesn't take out 82 more, which he might.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
It's double top for the match, for the win. And into the top corner it goes. Double 8. Oh, that's magnificent from Darren Webster.
Darts at double 8.
Game shot of the match, Ashley Coleman.
On double 16. And he gets it.
For a big boom. And a big bang it is.
3-6 for body blow of his own. Double 8 is found. Coulson's in this semi-final. So week 4 begins on Monday. Derek Coulson, perhaps unsurprisingly, is the 2-1 favourite to go on and win the week. Just having a look down the odds table and just having a look at maybe some players that might be worth a bit of a fancy. I quite like a tickle on Robbie Martin at 12-1. That could well be perhaps a little bit of value somewhere. And don't discredit Tom Lonsdale, very capable player at 14s. Don't quite know what form Jim Widmeyer is in yet. Whilst Jonathan Platt goes out the outsider at 33-1. So 3 games to go, and it's permutation time in Group B. Paul Hogan and Johnny Haynes going head to head. So Johnny Haynes must win 4-0 here. Failure to do so eliminates him from the qualification race. Even if he does win 4-0, the only qualifying scoreline that Lennon v Hogan can be in Game 10 is 4-2 to Paul Hogan to send him into Saturday night. So effectively, he needs
First leg is Paul
10
to throw
legs
first.
to go perfectly
Game
in
on.
his favour in 2 games to send himself through to tomorrow night's final. If he does, fair play.
100.
But my goodness, is it an almighty task.
Yeah, it is, and it really has to start with this first throw, doesn't
55.
it? Assert yourself onto the match, and he's started with 55.
120.
Hogan, that was a big bounce out there from him.
$28.
Is that a sign that Johnny's feeling the heat of the situation?
100.
And this will be a disappointment for Johnny because actually prior to this week, he's done some decent stuff. Played well at the Seniors Showdown, got to the final of the
60.
Meeting ADC Global Championship. So this has kind of been unexpected the last couple of days that he has had here in Group B. And Hogan very much in control of this leg.
59.
Remember, if Hogan wins a leg in this game, Johnny Haynes is out of contention.
45. Paul, you require 122. $90. $100. Paul, you require 32.
Haynes hasn't got going in this leg at all, and
No score.
Hogan isn't out. Haynes back on 2-1-3. Unable to do a great deal about it.
99.
So double
Paul, you
16 for
require
Hogan
32.
to eliminate Johnny Haynes from the championship.
Game shot on the first
Johnny
leg.
Haynes
Paul
is
Hogan.
out. Hogan has eliminated him
Second
and
leg
now
is
looking
Johnny
to
to throw
bat for
first.
himself. Now, if he
Game
wins
on.
this game against Johnny Haynes, it rather simplifies the end of the night's proceedings because Radek Sagansky against Carl Wilson will be a shootout for top spot.
And then Lennon against Hogan
31.
will determine who the final player into tomorrow night's final is going to be.
76. 81.
And then we'll be back tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. We kick our coverage off here on Pluto TV for the Saturday night finals.
100.
To see who's going to join Steve Green and Keanu Van Velzen in Champions Week.
100.
You have to say that those
76.
two are probably not the names you expected to go through in those first 2 weeks, without a doubt. But when it came to the time to turn up and the timing, it was all there for them. So they can sit back looking pretty, waiting for Champions Week.
125. Johnny, you require 164.
So 164 for Haynes, can't be done now. And so Hogan will look at the 124.
121.
We'll start up on the 20s.
We require 124.
Treble 18 for the bull. Doesn't go, will stay
98.
up and around the 20s.
Johnny, require 43.
Leave himself on double 13 if Haynes can't convert this.
Game shot on the second
Which he
leg.
can,
Johnny Haynes.
quite cleanly as well. And we are on terms. We are at 1-1.
Third leg, it's Paul to throw first. Game on.
£34,000 prize fund for the ADC Winmore Championship tomorrow.
140.
The tournament getting underway. The finals will be here on Sunday the 4th of October.
140.
The round is 16 on Saturday the 3rd. Prize fund of £10,000. That's like a week of our wages, Scott.
100.
That might be yours. Just 2 days for me. Soon have that Bentley.
48.
Stop feeding the trolls.
Yeah. Should soon have that 3-wheel Robin Reliant.
180.
Well, Maxi for Hogan on for potential 11 data has left 81 after 9.
60. Paul, you require 81.
Doesn't have to go for it. Can 2 this up. She's done.
65.
To leave the more favourable double 8.
Paul, you
Haynes
require
trying to get his
60.
score down, but trebleless means that Hogan's got all day. Slides across the oche, tries to go inside.
Game shot on the third leg. Paul Hogan.
He does go inside, so 2-1 to Hogan.
Fourth leg, it's Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Haynes can't qualify. Hogan still needs a win here.
100.
Well, thank you to Tom Riding, who's tweeted in to us here at the Super Series at MSS Darts, saying that Thursday and Friday nights are becoming really strong
41.
and wonders how many Group B winners will win a week this year. He thinks plenty, and you went back against somebody from Group B winning tomorrow night.
85.
No, on what we've seen in the last 2 days, I agree with that.
Few people suggesting names of players. One person suggesting to see Really Ballin back in the building. He won a week here before getting a tour card a couple of years ago.
60. 28.
Another treble here, and Hogan's right back in the mix.
100.
Couldn't quite slide it over the top. 100 keeps him handy. He can fill this up.
140.
Leave his favourite. Double eight. 844, sorry.
100. Johnny, you require 48.
So this to level up, double. But the problem is because of the fact he's hit it there, he has to go over the top. But now, looking at double 4,
40.
which he's not having a fruitful relationship with tonight.
The release didn't look good. Hogan's made the cardinal sin there. Missed on the right-hand side of
68. Johnny, you require
the 20.
8.
So offers him no alternative.
Game shot on
Haynes
the
goes
fourth
and
leg.
takes
Johnny
out
Haynes.
the double 4. Goes 2-2.
Fifth leg, it's Paul to throw first.
It's a best
Game
of
on.
3 shootout now, and Hogan will start 2 of them.
100.
That's a really good start. In leg number 5 from Hogan.
80.
Could have done without that as well on the floor. Good Johnny the Punk.
60.
Well, Johnny Haynes cannot qualify from this point onwards, but by beating Paul Hogan can deal him a blow in terms of his chances of making it into Saturday.
100.
Max.
180.
And that puts Hogan on the cusp of a 3-2 lead. And again, if he wins, would set up a shootout with Steve Lennon.
100.
And he's got time and he's got space to put himself to within 1. And that's why he goes down for the bullseye in the 25 first. Diverts wide with dart 2. 53 left. And so the single 13 will see him come back for 3 darts at tops to put himself to win a leg.
$100. Paul, you require 40.
Double 10 now. Doesn't go.
20.
Clips the wire. Haynes has an
Johnny,
outside
you require
shot.
121.
Treble 17 for the ball then. Try and slide that dart back
97.
under
Paul, you require
the first
20.
dart, which he does successfully. So he's sat on 24 should he get back. Hogan here creeps along the oche, goes inside again.
Game shot on the fifth
Much
leg.
better dart
Paul
from
Hogan.
him, takes a 3-2 lead.
Sixth leg is Johnny to throw
17
first.
dart leg.
Game on.
Well, when you break down the numbers, Paul Hogan's been able to kind of do what he wants, however he wants it. And the position of this game has
81.
kind of been dictated and determined as to what he's hit and what he's missed. He's comprehensively outscored Johnny Haynes in this game. There's a 7-point gap in terms of the
55.
averages. He's missed 10 darts at a double in this game, which has afforded Johnny Haynes some chances. Only had 4 at the outer ring as the man from Swindon, taken 2 of them. So Paul Hogan's really dictated the pace and the pattern of play in this contest. And he'll know if he can just have one decent leg from here, then he'll be able to seal a 4-2 win.
100.
And he does have the insurance policy, of course, of having the throw in the last as well. And, of course, leg difference is irrelevant. Hogan and Lennon both will be on 6, and it will be a straight shootout to see who will join
60.
Wilson and Sagansky into Saturday. And the fact there's been pretty much exclusively a 7-point gap in the averages kind of tells us over a large sample size that there's been about a visit difference between the players in Paul Hogan's direction. And
60.
he's overturned the throw here, and he's got 6 on 2-4-6 to wrap this game up 4-2.
100. 42. Paul, you require 146.
Can't finish now without starting with the treble.
134. Johnny, you require 158.
Treble 20, so double 19 was Haynes'
24.
target.
Paul, you require 12.
That's done no damage to his score whatsoever. So it's Hogan then needing double 6 inside that one. Double 3 now.
6.
And I think you can
Johnny,
see
you
the
require
frustration.
134.
And so Haynes, with a Hail Mary attempt, went for tops, unable to find. And so from the top target on the board, we head to the bottom.
104.
Hogan looking at double 3
Paul, you require 6.
to win this game by 4 legs to 2. 1 double 1. Double 1 it is. And it means that the game between Paul Hogan and Steve Lennon right at the very end of the session is going to be a straight shootout to determine who's going to make it through to tomorrow night's final in that final 3rd spot. Johnny Haynes' campaign comes to an end. Coming up next, Sagansky and Carl Wilson will battle it out to see who will finish first in the Group B table. Welcome back to Pluto TV and the Modus Super Series. Before the break, Paul Hogan got the better of Johnny Haynes by 4 legs to 2. 2 more games to go. Radek Sagansky against Carl Wilson, followed by Steve Lennon against Paul Hogan, which is a straight shootout to see who the third and final player through to Saturday night's final is going to be from this particular group. Sagansky and Wilson, a shootout of its own to determine who is going to top the group. Both on 10. The winner will be on a dozen. And
first leg, it's Radek to throw first. Game on.
We'll have the extra few pounds in the pocket. They'll be smelling of roses, Scott Mitchell.
28.
Well, I don't smell roses this time here. A bit waterlogged for that, Henry. But yeah, you want to go out of the group. You want to go out of the group as the top dog, don't you?
140. 99.
Sagansky's had a bit of a wait since game 6 to get here, so
43.
He'd have dictated and found out since he finished his last game what he needed to do to win the group.
140.
This is pretty much a straight shootout.
45.
With him having the darts, so having a slight advantage, you would say. But it's making that advantage count. Not always easy.
$140. Carl, you require 133.
So Wilson first poke 133 to take the opening leg against throw. Can't be done now. And so Sagansky back for 105. To take the opening rubber
Radek, you require
in
105.
this contest. If he doesn't, Wilson's back for tops for the break. Oh, that's just
in the first
brilliant.
leg, Radek Sagansky.
And you know what? That's a finish that just typifies Radek Sagansky as a player.
Second leg is Carl to throw first.
And effortless. And the pole opens up proceedings.
Well, that's his 8th ton plus finish of the week. It's his first 105.
140.
Just seeing when he puts himself in that position with one dart in hand.
59.
When he gets it.
Well, Carl Wilson is on for the 350 and 6, heading up with the last dart of the previous turn, means that a max would leave himself on the max finish.
78.
Paul Nicholson would have been on the edge of his seat.
Yeah, had the 3 trebles that were desired, but unfortunately 2 of them were the wrong ones.
Paul Nicholson will be back tomorrow night.
$65. 60.
Treble 17 here would be a very tidy pickup indeed.
You require 141.
Go with the 2 treble 20s. Treble 19, double 12 for the 141. Wires it for 2-0. Wilson
you require 36.
Sat on 36. Nicely done on the dodgy double 9.
As what Harrington would say, the tricky little switch.
Game on.
But maybe that has flicked the switch for Carl Wilson. Gok.
83.
I'm going to be honest. I don't see the resemblance.
100.
That's like saying I look like Kenny Everett.
All right, Kenny.
83.
Well, let's just hope the last few games are played in the best possible taste.
Oh, showing your age now, mate.
Oh, 25 years of it.
92. 60. 99. 130.
A nice last start there for Sagansky again. These two manoeuvring around the board nicely.
54. Radek, you
When it
require
comes to
145.
Short irons in from the fairway and
113. Carl, you require
once again
156.
Sagansky heading off to leave his beloved 32. Wilson can't finish now. He's
7.
over adjusted.
Radek, you require 32. Game
Doesn't
shot on the
matter.
third leg.
One
Radek
iota.
Sagansky.
Sagansky goes and takes out that 32 with one dart.
Fourth leg, it's
Do you
Carl
think
to
he could
throw
actually hit that
first.
32 with
Game
his
on.
eyes shut, Henry?
Yes. That was a subtle end to that conversation.
There was a subtle end.
57.
Glenn Durrant back at his pomp would leave 32 and you'd be stood there behind him and you know it was gone.
140.
The minute he left it, you had to be out. When he was right in his pomp of his game, the 32 was on a string. He just hit it one dart after
58.
dart after dart. It would just be one dart. And you had a fear of him leaving it. You have a fear of him leaving it because when he left it, it was gone.
140.
And so then that added pressure to your throw every time. And then it was like making sure you got out with your last throw, but then it would creep in and it'd be 6 darts from the end of the leg and then 8 darts from the
54.
end of the leg because you're fearing that if you don't do what you need to do, and ultimately you were falling into the trap of allowing him to get away with what he wanted to do.
60.
Yeah, Glenn Durrant was so confident on double 16 at the Isle of Man Open. He left it, 14, hit it, celebrated winning the tournament, and it was an in.
58. Radek, you require
So
161.
Sagansky won 6-1, and he's got time from here to get the break lead 3-1, then have the darts in the next
26.
to wrap up a 4-1 win.
$58.
So
Radek,
the
you
thing
require
here for Wilson was his average
135.
dropped off in his last game. And it's happened once again for him.
99.
So double 18 left to go 3-1 up.
100. Radek, you require
German,
36.
they call this double act. But he's decided to split for double 16.
4. Carl, you require 116.
I fancy this, Scott.
That's awkward now, though. That's the problem with that sort of flat-lying dart.
58. Radek, you require
It's nearly
32.
like you've got to go down on one knee to go underneath it to get into there.
Game shot on the fourth leg.
Sagansky
Radek
again.
Sagansky.
That 32 is gone, and the
Fifth
bus
leg, it's
driver
Radek
now
to throw
based in
first.
Cork.
Game on.
If he can hold his throw here, we'll top the group.
100.
And going through in the number 1 position from Group C.
43. 80. 58. $100.
Wilson now needs a 180 to stay in touch here.
$99. $95.
Sagansky just being able to stay a treble ahead here.
$140. Radek, you require 126.
Bull for the match and to top the group.
80.
Well, he's decided to
You
split.
require 161.
He doesn't fancy Carl Wilson to take out this 161. And he'd be correct.
Absolutely spot on, in fact.
68. Radek, you require 46. Game shot. And
that's exactly
Radek
why
Sagansky.
he's been leaving 32 all week. It's a 4-1 win for Radek Sagansky. He will top the table. It's a 4-1 win over his rival for the top of the table, Carl Wilson. We come back with our last game of the evening after the break. Steve Lennon taking on Paul Hogan in a winner-takes-all match.
The final match of the evening is a straight shootout between Steve Lennon and Paul Hogan. The winner of this game will be the 6th and final player to qualify through to Saturday night's final. We know Patrick Williams, Archie Self, Lewis Gurney, Radek Sagansky and Carl Wilson are already there. Who out of these two are going to join him? For Steve Lennon, a debut campaign. Paul Hogan, an ever-present in this competition. Both on 6 points following 7 matches in this group. The victor will be in to tomorrow night's finale. Interesting to see how the bookies see this final match.
First leg is Steve to throw first. Game on.
They've got Steve Lennon off as the 8-15 favourite, mainly because of the fact he has the darts in this game. Paul Hogan, 11-8 outsider to go on and win this contest. 18 plus, gambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series tonight, and indeed
100
tomorrow evening too. In terms of both players' nights, it has to be said, Scott, it's been a little bit in and out, but of the 2 players, Paul Hogan's been able to find a little bit more consistency by way of performance.
100.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And he's been known as the king of the qualifiers in his BDO days.
125.
Lakeside. I think it's either 6 or 7 times through the qualifiers, whereas through the ranking table he only qualified a couple of times. So this is a situation
95.
where he's been in many, many times before.
Well, the winner will be the decimator with the other here, and will be the last player to book their passage through. Lennon first to finish in the first leg.
41. Steve, you require 149.
And he's got 6 darts as well, because Hogan's left a bogey. May only need the 3.
97.
Well, Hogan in the background realised the error of his ways, and you could tell the frustration because he's allowed Steve Lennon effectively that turn to be a bit of a free pass. He's going to come back for 52. He should get 2 in hand and a target of choice
52.
to take a 1-0 lead. Double 6. Hogan cannot watch. Back to the board. Oh, now it's the madhouse. When he turns around, he'll be happy to see that Steve Lennon has made a bit of a mess of that.
That is the kind of downside to not watching. You don't see what a mess if your opponent is making a mess. And Hogan's
54.
gone wrong bed.
Steve, you require
Next door.
2.
Lennon comes back for double 1. Hogan berated himself in the background.
The first leg, Steve Lennon.
Lennon goes 1 up, 1 in.
Second leg, it's Paul to throw first. Game on.
Recommended route?
Well, you know, there are individuals out there who will say that
100.
by saying going 1 up, 1 in, you're deliberately throwing a dart away without aiming, and I'm not so sure that's the case. I think you'll probably find in a
59.
guide it is a useful dart. It's not like you're just chucking it away. It's a useful dart, and I know there are influencers out there who think you mustn't throw any darts away, but for me, I don't mind chucking that one up and finding my range. There's nothing worse than going straight at it
59.
and hitting that big one and having to carry the other 2 darts up to the board.
Hey, you've won a world championship. Half of them are sat in a box room commenting for
59.
clicks and tricks.
Yeah,
In Spider-Man pyjamas.
yeah, you're not wrong. I don't do Spider-Man pyjamas in my size,
60.
so couldn't actually wear a pair of those if I wanted to.
99. 99. 45. 100. Paul, you require 153.
Hogan 153. Not on the radar. Lennon 124 for the break in 2-0.
60. Steve, you require 124.
He needs the one treble to give himself a dart at the bullseye here, Steve Lennon. He's got that guarantee as long as he stays straight. The bullseye didn't contemplate the treble.
86. Paul, you require 93.
Hit 12 with his last dart. Hogan now double
Game
18,
shot on
which
the
is one of
second
his
leg, Paul
favourites.
Hogan.
And yeah, really getting up for this, he is.
Third leg, it's Steve to throw first. Game on.
1-1. The best of 7 has become a best of 5 to see who's going to make it through in
57.
the final spot to tomorrow night's finale.
Yeah, the way that Hogs would have seen that is that Lennon had an
60.
opportunity at the ball and he was rather fortunate that he missed it. But Hogan was absolutely on point with the 93.
58.
Super finish. I'll admit he's in his twilight years, but you've got to remember, Hoagie
100.
has probably forgotten more about darts than most people will ever remember in his journey through the time.
58. 60. 59. 60.
Well, this a big passage in play. Lennon
99.
leaves himself on a finish on the 170, but how handy against the throw could Paul Hogan leave it here? The answer's very. Has a little look over, just to double check what he's on, and look at the G-up he gave when he hit the max. He knows that he's in a good position here, but has that poked the hornet's nest? Has that just given Scuba Steve something to feed off? Knows the answer.
64. Paul, you require 41.
Goes the 9 for 32 route. Tells himself, come on.
9.
Goes inside the dart previous
Steve,
and leaves it
you
on the
require
wire.
106.
Offers Lennon an opportunity on 106. Once again, Hogan looking the other way. Treble 18 for double 16. Hits the treble 18.
74.
Wires the double 16. Hogan
Paul, you
knows
require
from the
32.
call. Referee Anton Mays that Lennon has had a dart at double 16. In turn, he now comes back to it
Game shot on
and
the
gets
third
it
leg,
in the
Paul
bottom
Hogan.
half. But in is in the green zone, and it's a breaker throw.
Fourth leg, it's Paul to throw first. Game on.
Well, Steve Lennon's missed 5 darts at a double in 3 legs of darts, and that's the reason why he's 2-1 down. That's the reason why he's been broken.
55.
And that's the reason now why he's got a tall order ahead of him.
This game was never going to be about averages, was it? It was always going to be about
60.
who could hold their nerve at the right time, who could find turning moments, and the 180 was a big turning moment for Hogan.
22.
And could this also be a big turning moment for Hogan? 22 at a terrible time. You feel that Lennon is going to
100.
punish that. He does with 100.
$100.
Hogan retaliates with 100 of his own. Lennon has almost turned the throw
60.
round. These really are tense moments in this match. Valuable treble 20 in that visit for Paul Hogan. And once again, Lennon goes trebleless, shaking his head on the way to the board. He knows.
100.
Once again, Hogan with another last start treble 20, and they hurt, Henry. They hurt.
They really do, and it leaves Hogan a 1-2-4 to go one away from qualification at the expense of Steve Lennon. Oh, he's missed the big number. Lennon back for 1-2-3 to level up at 2-2. 22 scored, so 102 left.
82.
Well, he's left himself on a single to double. If Lennon cannot convert this, and what a time it would be to convert something of these types of proportions.
41.
So this to put Hogan to within a leg. Double 16 it is. Oh, that was on its way in. Apart from the flick of the flight, you could see from the overhead angle there, it was inch perfect. Bar from the diversion, the ricochet of the flight of Dart 2, and it's given Lennon a poke at 82.
Still a bit to do here with this 82. Where does he go? Does he go bull? Yes, he's hit the 25. 17 for double top to level it up at 2-2.
62.
That is a long, long way under.
All you require 32.
Hogan himself, a man whose ultra experience is really beginning to feel the heat of the environment he's currently in, is double 8 to go 3-1 up. That is classy, because you could tell in the facial expressions that he was feeling it there. But he's too clear and one away.
Fifth leg, it's Steve to throw first.
For a place through.
Game on.
To tomorrow night's final.
No eye contact here, but wry smile from Hogan.
58.
He knows that he's broken the back of the job in hand. But the last leg is usually the hardest one to bring home.
86.
There will be a point here where Lennon's goes, do you know what, I've done all this trying, I've done all this huffing and puffing, and it's not been working, and all of a sudden we'll just throw them and release with freedom. And
59.
That last visit, it looks like he started to think like that. He's up the pace a little bit. He's trying to change what's been going on.
36.
And another double treble visit for Lennon. Leaves himself on the 170. Hogan coming back with a maximum.
180. Steve, you require 170. $64.
Treble leaves himself on a 2-tarter, and 40. That is not a good time for a bounce out. And you could tell by the frailing of the arms, his frustrations as a result of it. Lennon 106, treble 18 leaves double 16, doesn't get. Hogan knows that this 98. Is an opportunity on the 136 to qualify himself through, to take the final spot. He's not going to get it now, but what he would love to do is leave himself in double 18.
60.
Unable to do so. This for 3-2.
Require 8. Game shot in the fifth leg. Steve Lennon. Sixth leg is Paul to throw first.
Hogan holds his throw here. He
Game
goes
on.
through to the Saturday night final.
$60.
Should he achieve that feat, Hogan will be the only player in the Saturday night finals night.
100.
A week previously.
And form is relative. Form in buildings is relative. And yes, there might be players with CVs or accolades from elsewhere, but Paul Hogan is the only one, if he goes, of course, get through, that can say he's done it here. And that does count for something.
100.
Oh, that sat beautifully, perfectly, sumptuously.
135.
Be disappointed he didn't fill it up there, but he'll be happy enough with the score. But another one leaves Lennon on the finish, and he does.
140.
Lennon throwing visibly quicker. And by upping the pace of his throw, he's throwing a little bit harder and a little bit more direct.
Stevie require 161.
Hogan hangs in there with a ton. Lennon has effectively turned the throw.
93. Paul, you require 146.
This for Saturday night. Stays there. Double 13. They say it's unlucky for some. But it's a double that sends Paul Hogan into Saturday night at the expense of Steve Lennon. He's a man into his 7th decade, but it's a celebration of somebody as if he's doing it for the first time again. Paul Hogan is into finals night, and look at what it means to him. He's a twice weekly winner. He's looking for the hat-trick tomorrow evening, and he has done so by hitting Steve Lennon with a 146. We'll hear from him after the break.
Welcome back to the live lounge in Portsmouth, where we've seen a dramatic night here at the Modus Super Series. And before the break, Paul Hogan managed to get himself through. It was a winner-takes-all clash with Steve Lennon, and Crocodile Dundee was able to cross the line, a 4-2 winner. Sagansky was the winner of the group, having got the better of Carl Wilson 4-1 in the game before that. Carl will also make his way through to Saturday night. Steve Lennon and Johnny Haynes are the two players that miss out through Group B this week. As I say, Paul Hogan won the shootout game against Steve Lennon at the end of the night, and he joins myself and Scott Mitchell here in the studio. Paul, many congratulations. Say the very best to the very last, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, after the first game I played, I was in control of that game, and he came back at me and I started to panic. I thought, oh, you know, I thought if I can win that one, I've got a great chance. But to leave it so late and get through on that, thank you. Well, thank God.
Do you want to have a look at the 146 again?
Yeah, go on then.
Right, let's just have a little look. It's on that monitor down there. Decided to persevere, and when that second one went in the treble, did you feel like this double 30, you took that little step back, do you feel like that's it, we're going, we're in business?
It's in. I was confident. Yeah.
And the celebration there. Now, you're a very experienced player. You've been around the block a few times, but we were kind of commenting on commentary, particularly in that last game. It kind of felt like the enthusiasm of somebody that's kind of been here for the first time. You still got that real infectious love of the game.
Yeah, I always love playing darts, you know, until I get fed up, you know. I'm like Scott, old school, but yeah, I still love me darts, and you know, okay, I'm playing with new darts, but yeah, they're working at the moment, so yeah, I'm happy.
Tell us a little bit about that, Jace, because we're so used to you playing with the same setup for so many years. What was the thinking into that?
Well, I've been playing bad for quite a while. They're all different weights now, and I just thought, you know, I've played with my son darts, and they're exactly the same darts. I thought I'm going to buy a set. I like them, and yeah, I've been playing quite well with them. So yeah, touch wood. Hopefully tomorrow, you never know.
There's a saying, there's life for the old dog, there's a life for the old crocodile just yet.
There is indeed. He's been thinking about changing those for a while now, because I remember Robert Thornton gave you a set at the seniors.
That's right.
And you went and beat him with his own set of darts when he gave you a set. So I thought that the change was going to happen back around then. And when I came in yesterday and saw that you changed again, I mentioned it immediately. So yeah, they seem to go all right. That 146 was lovely.
Yeah, I'll take that all day long. You know, I knew the pressure was on that last game. I knew what I had to do. So yeah, I'm just pleased to win that.
I call you the king of the qualifiers, because how many times you qualified for Lakeside through the qualifiers? You didn't ever. What was it? A couple of times through the rankings, and about 6 or 7 through the qualifiers. So you were used to that situation, and surely you must be able to call on all that experience and all those moments where you've done it in the past.
Oh yeah, it's that. Yeah, you know, I still love the game, and I've still got the experience, and you know, I don't know, I'm speechless to be honest, but yeah, I still love my darts, and I still play well, and you know, it's the experience of going all through those qualifiers and beating some good players as well to get through, and I just knew I had to take that 146 out.
You got a good driver to get you here as well. Don't forget.
Don't forget
the
wife.
Otherwise, you'll be in big trouble.
Yeah, I bet she's outside now, papping the horn. You know, I mean, to be honest, I mean, she does everything for me. She drives down here and she sits outside because she can't come in here no more. You know, yeah, she does everything for me. She's brilliant.
In terms of the campaign that you had, you got off to a slow start on the Thursday night, lost your first 2. Then you had that game against Carl Wilson where you averaged 100. Was that the springboard for yourself, do you think?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I know what Carl can do. I mean, he's a brilliant player. He's been playing well in the ADC and everything, and I knew I had to play well against him. And you know, and then the last game I could have lost, but I won 4-3. He missed a few doubles. And I just thought, you know, I'm playing him first tonight. And when I went 3-0 up, I thought, what are you doing when you lost that? I was gutted, but, you know, I had to focus again and try and win. It wasn't happening, but I got over the line in the end.
Indeed you did, and you got yourself into Saturday night. As too as Radek, Sagansky and Carl Wilson. Just a few thoughts on their campaign, Scott.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought Carl sort of tailed off a little bit because he really did dominate it yesterday. Started really well today, and his last couple of games didn't average where he wanted to be. And Radek, we know what we got with him. We've known Radek a while, and he's always got that 85 to 90 game. He very rarely drops below it. And you just felt that if Carl dropped off again, he was going to get got, and Radek topped the group sort of kind of rightfully in the end because he was most consistent across the 2 nights.
So them two, alongside Paul Hogan, will be into tomorrow night's final. And so we know how the draw's going to look for tomorrow evening here at the Live Lounge. We can have a look at that for you now. So Patrick Williams, the winner of Group A, Radek Sagansky, Carl Wilson and Paul Hogan through Group B, whilst Lewis Gurney and Archie Self progressed through Group C. So this is how tomorrow night looks then. 2 groups in the pool stage, and in Group 1 we're going to see Patrick Williams, Carl Wilson and Archie Self, whilst Paul Hogan's going to be alongside Lewis Gurney and Radek Sagansky. And for yourself, Paul, an opportunity to put yourself alongside some of the greats of the Super Series. You've won 2 weekly titles, opportunity to win a hat-trick tomorrow night.
I hope so. You know, I always give them 100%, so yeah, hopefully.
What would it mean a third title? Because it would put you on a pedestal with a lot of really great players.
It mean a lot. You know, I just, you know, keep doing what I'm doing, and if it comes for me, great. If it doesn't, you know, I'll try again.
In a sentence, what should we look forward to tomorrow night, Scott?
Excitement. There's going to be a bit of rawness. We've got a couple of young lads in there as well. I think we've got a bit of everything to come tomorrow night.
Well, gents, great to see you. Paul, many congratulations. We shall see you tomorrow night. Shall see you tomorrow night as well, Scott. Plenty coming up across Pluto TV. Coming up next, the Magnetic Dartboard Challenge, which I suppose kind of says everything that you need to on the tin. The players will be throwing magnetic darts at a magnetic dartboard, and that's going to be featuring the likes of Jeff Smith. Then we're going to be going all around the world. We saw the punk Johnny Haynes. We're going a bit Daft Punk with that one, and that's going to feature Graham Hall and Brian Roman. That is from 1 o'clock tomorrow. And then finals night from 7:30 tomorrow evening to see who is going to join Steve Green and Keanu Van Velzen at Champions Week in the middle of April. And Darren Webster's going to make his long-awaited return to the Live Lounging Pause. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, but he will be starting his bid for a second Champions Week appearance on Monday morning from 9:30. So I hope you can join us for that. But that is it from us. We'll be back tomorrow evening from 7:30 to see who the third player through to Champions Week is going to be. It's certainly opened up for interpretation. Paul Hogan's looking for title number 3. We'll see whether we can do so tomorrow night. Bye from us.
The new Modus Super Series champion. Oh my word!
It's another incredible moment tonight.
Jeff Smith!
It's match start.
5 stars for Paul, and the bullseye is hit.
It's Johnny Magnet!
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have
Graham
one dart.
requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And the Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jorgen van der Velde. He gets over the line with a 4-2.
Did he go for tops or did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Gablas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He is 2 darts away from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101.
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on as he kind of split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game. Shot.